Hello and welcome back to another episode of our Ultimate Decades Challenge. We have entered into the year 1388, and as you saw on our community post, our family has gone through some hardships. The Monarch had come and they had decided that we had owed some taxes because Diana and Roger, when they were staying here, had gone the 5 years that Xavier was in war and he had not paid taxes that entire time, and we owed a significant amount of money to the Monarch and we had to pay a bunch of taxes. Basically, we ended up owing the Monarch all the money. We ended up having to tear down and sell off the farm, and Xavier had to sell potatoes. We were left with a little bit of money that we could go ahead and build up this little farm here. So we have ourselves a new little farm. It's basically landed us right back in peasant status. So we have ourselves a bit of a garden here. We have a couple of chicken coops, and we have our cow, and we have a llama. So we did have a cow and a llama in our household inventory, so I just went ahead and put down a cow and a llama here on this property. We have us a nice little lake out back where we can go fishing, and we have a place for archery in the back here. We have a place to go and do some blacksmithing, and so that's going to help us make a little bit of money as well. And we've got some bees, and we'll be doing some honey stuff and things like that. So we have a place for the laundry out here, and let's go ahead and take a look at our house. So when you go into the home, this is our living room. We have just a place here for the kids to play. We have a spinning wheel and our living seating area with a fireplace and a toy box for the kids, and a little bit of a bookshelf so they can learn how to read, because as we know, they don't know how to read. And then we have our kitchen where they can cook and have their meals. And then over here is our washroom where they can bathe and, well, go to the washroom. And then when we go upstairs, there are all of the bedrooms. So we do have a loom up here so that Elmira can get some looming skill in. We have some toddler beds and some single beds. We have an activity table for the children, and the master bedroom has an infant bed and a crib so that we can continue having babies. But it is pretty bare bones compared to what they had before, because as we know, they just don't have the funds that they used to have. We are down to 1,252 simoleons. We are on a peasant lot. We also do have some sheep and some goats, so we can make some extra milk and we can get some wool. That's going to help us with the loom. It's probably going to help us with the spinning wheel as well. And we are off the grid and we are on simple living, so we are going to need to use our crops for making meals and foraging and hunting and things like that. So we have been thrust way back into poverish times. He did get an offer from the Monarch that he can be one of her servants, that he can be her gardener. So Xavier is going to be her gardener, and I guess that's going to help him to maybe make a little bit of money. I don't really know how that works. We'll learn that together, I guess. But maybe it will keep the Monarch off their back a little bit. But we do have a harvest tax on this land, so anytime we make some harvest, we're going to have to pay a harvest tax. And also, as we know, we're going to have to pay taxes because we live on a peasant land, and so they will come and collect our taxes from us, and we got to make sure we pay our taxes so that we don't lose our home again. So that is where we're starting off with this family on this episode, is that we have significantly decreased in where we were standing before. They had kind of gotten a little bit high and mighty there, even though I don't know how they had gotten so much money. I guess it was from making all of the nectar that they had made in the past, but they had kind of stopped paying their taxes, and that finally caught up with them. So Now they are paying the penalty for that. That being said, the first thing that we have to do in this episode is we need to head over to the Goodwell residence because Kingsley Goodwell is passing away. So we are going to head over there now, and we're going to see Kingsley Goodwell and find out what it is that he is passing away from. Okay, so this is our Kingsley Goodwell here. As you can see, he is a toddler. He is scheduled to pass away in this episode, and we are just going to find out what it is that he is passing away from. So we are going to go ahead and open up the wheel and find out what it is he's passing away from. We want to obviously see what that is that he's passing away from. And so we're going to give that a spin and see what it is that's taking Kingsley away from us. So let's go ahead and spin that wheel now.
Influenza asterisk.
Right, so he is passing away from influenza. As we know, influenza is a communicable disease, and with that, we do have to roll for the remainder of the family to find out if they're going to catch influenza or not. That is a 30% chance for the rest of the family. So we are going to go ahead and roll our death percentage and find out if the rest of the family is going to get influenza or not. So we are going to roll first for Roger. He has to roll greater than 30%. And he is good. And then we are going to roll for his sister Edith. So Edith is not good. She is going to have to see if she can survive influenza. Amara is the next one we're going to roll for. Amara is also not good with the influenza. And then we have Castor, his brother. Who is also not good. And we have Barbetta. My goodness. So far, Roger is about to lose all of his children. Let us look and see. For 30%, they need to... they can't roll a 3, 4, 8, 14, 16, or 19 on the dice. So let's go ahead and pull up our dice, and we will roll through our sims. So we'll roll first for little Edith. She rolls a 14, so she is going to die. Then we have Amira. She rolls a 2 and survives. Castor rolls an 18 and survives. And Barbetta rolls a 2 and survives. So the only ones we're losing is Edith and Kingsley. So we are going to lose our little Kingsley, obviously, but we're also going to lose Miss Edith Goodwell. That is his oldest daughter, Roger's oldest daughter, Edith. So we are going to lose both of them to influenza. So we will be putting that on the timeline, and I will be taking both of them and we will be putting them in the cemetery. And that is really, really unfortunate. Okay, so we have unfortunately had to take away Edith, and we took away Kingsley. We are just going to go ahead and place them in their final resting place here in the cemetery, and we will leave them here to rest in peace. Unfortunately, that is what needs to take place here. So we have placed them in their final resting place, and we are going to head over now, and we are going to go see Bentley McGrath. It is time for him to age up to a child, so we are going to go and have a see at Bentley. So let's go head over to Bentley McGrath. Okay, so we have arrived here in the McGrath home. This is our little Bentley. He is a toddler. For his birthday, as we know, he, as a toddler, can't roll a 4 or a 13. So we are going to go ahead and pull up our dice, and we are going to give that a roll and see how he fares. He rolls a 5 and is good, and is going to get another 28 days on the timeline. We are going to go ahead and and age him up to a child, and then we're going to hop into cast with him and give him his makeover. So Bentley aged up as a scoutmaster with the traits of goofball, captivating, and creative. And let's go ahead and give him his makeover and get his photo for the family tree. And there is Bentley McGrath, aged up to a child. Let's go ahead and hop over. We are going to go now, and we're going to see Genevieve Petechia, who is aging up to a adult, and we are going to go and see if she can get a successful roll with that. Okay, so we have arrived here with Genevieve Petechia, and she is going to be aging up to an adult. For that, she can't roll between a 1 or a 7, or she will die, so she does need anything higher than a 7. We are just going to pull up our dice and give that a roll and see how she fares. So let's go ahead and roll the dice for her and see how she does. She gets a 14 and is going to get another 40 days on the timeline. So let's go ahead and age her up to an adult. And it looks like she got creative, proper, snob. She's a widow. She is poor, and she's part of the gentry class. She is, she has the essence of flavor. She is innocent, and she is an artist. So we are going to continue on with this. She looks so happy that she survived her birthday, which is fantastic. We love that for you, Genevieve. We really do. But we are going to continue on. I'm going to add her onto the timeline that she gets another 40 days. And then we are going to go and we are going to have a baby, it would seem. So let us go ahead and go see that little one being born. Okay, so we have arrived here in the Goodwell home. As you can see, Bella is in labor. We are just going to go ahead and allow her to have her baby. So let's go ahead and let her go and give birth. You don't need to take care of the little one. You just need to go and give birth to your own child. Let her take care of her own children. So let's go and give birth to Bella's child.
Yashona.
She's like, okay, no one told me it was going to be like this.
Oh, Venusa.
And they have had a little boy. All right, so we are going to open up the boy name wheel and we are going to give that a spin to find out what it is that we are going to name this little boy. Let's give that a spin. And we are going to name this baby
Wibbert.
Wibbert. So Wibbert Goodwill. And it is a single birth.
Nubu. Pomadi Sabini.
So we are going to have to roll the dice for mom and baby. So let's go ahead and we will pull up the dice for that. And as we know, mom can't roll a 1. Mom rolls a 15 and survives. Baby needs an odd 8, 10, or 20. Baby rolls a 17 and survives. So we are going to just add baby to the timeline. It is 1388. We are at 3:33 p.m., which does make this February. Wibbert Goodwill. All right, so Wibbert Goodwill is the son of Benedict Goodwill, or Benedict and Bella Goodwill. Let's just do Benedict and Bella. Let's find out what generation Bella is. She is the 5th generation, so this baby is the 6th generation. Male. We are in February of 1388. This baby is alive. This baby is going to be of British descent, and this baby is alive. Perfect. And let's go ahead now and age up little Wibbert.
Garage. Oh, Mitzel. Yumala.
So we are going to be moving out Mary and her triplets at some point.
Yes, and are.
And it's just going to be Bella and Benedict and Wibbert in this house. I just haven't had a chance to do that as of yet. But we are going to go ahead and age up little Wibbert here and give him his makeover and get his photo for the family tree. He is a Leo, the ultimate people. Leos are complete extroverts. Unfortunately, this makes them deficient in other areas. They get along with Leo and often are attracted to Sagittarius and Cancer. They don't match with Capricorn or Gemini. Let's hop into cast with Wibbert and give him his makeover. Okay, so Wibbert is a vampire baby. He is also cautious. And let's go ahead and give him his makeover and his photo for the family tree. Right, there's little Weebert Goodwill, all done up with his infant makeover. Let's go ahead and jump back into the game because we have a vampire hunt to get on. Okay, so we are dealing now with our vampire hunts, and we are going to be starting with our Von Schwann family. As we know, they are being hunted for being vampires, and for that they have to roll a d20. I'm sorry, a d10. They have to roll a d10, and for that, if they roll a 9 on a d10, they are accused, and if they roll a 3 on a d4, then they are put to death. So if they are human, if they roll an 18 on a d20, then they are accused, and then they would roll a 3 on a d4. So we are just going to go through the line here, and we're going to see who of our vampires are going to be affected and who of our humans are going to be affected. So I do have that here on our timeline, who is our vampires and who is our humans that are going to be part of the vampire hunt. And as you can see, the list has significantly grown. So let's go ahead and we are going to go through our vampires and see how they fare. Let's go ahead and pull up our dice. We are going to roll a d10. We're going to be starting with Elise Marie, and she can't roll a 9 on a d10. So let's give it a roll. She rolls a 2 and is good. Then we have Conrad. He rolls a 5 and is good. Then we have Drogo. A 5 and is good. Then we have Edwin. Okay, Edwin is accused. So Edwin needs to roll a d4 and he can't get a 3. He is good. All right, then we have Florence. She is good. And we have Byron. Byron is good. All right, perfect. Now we are going to head over to our Meshram and Von Schwann family. Well, actually it's the Like family now. And we're going to start with Archibald because we know he is a vampire, and we're going to roll a d10. He can't get a 9. He rolls a 2 and is good. Then we have Yasmina. She rolls a 10. We have Carly, who is in transition to be a vampire, so we're going to do a vampire roll for her. She rolls a 5 and is good. Then we have Honora Like, who needs to roll a d20. She can't get an 18. She gets an 11. We have Asila Like. She is good. And then we have Godfrey. I do believe that Godfrey is human. Yes, he is. All right, so Godfrey, no 18. All right, this family is also good and safe. Then we're going to go to the Del Madonna family, and we're going to roll a d10 for Danica. She is good. And we're going to roll a d20 for Henry, her husband, and he is good. Then we have Clements. Who is good. And Zacharias is a vampire. All right, Zacharias, you can't get a 3. Okay, so Zacharias is going to die in the vampire hunt. And then we have Kana, who is a human. So we will be rolling a d20 for her. And she rolls an 18, which means she has to not roll a 3 on a d4, and so she has survived. And now we're going to go over to the Benedict house again, and we're going to roll for Benedict. He is our vampire living there, and he is good. And we're going to roll for Mary, and Mary is good. And Bella is good. Then we have Lance. And we have Aaron. And Raphael. And now we have little Wybert, who is also a vampire. All right, everybody is good. Perfect. All right, so we are going to go ahead and we are going to go over to our Del Madonna home, and we're going to have to kill Zacharias Del Madonna. Unfortunately, he did not make it through our vampire hunt. Okay, so this is Zacharias Del Madonna. We are going to unfortunately have to kill him because he has been killed in the vampire hunt. And so we are going to have to take him away. So let's go ahead and kill him now. And then we will put him in the cemetery. Anytime they are hunted, obviously it's going to be distraught for them, so them losing one of their own is a horrible time for them, but they are not sure how they can get around it because the people of the community have their suspicions about them, and it is why they try to stick to themselves here in Forgotten Hollow, out here in Transylvania, I guess I should say. They try to stick to themselves. They try not to mingle too much and not to draw attention to themselves. But as we know, Archibald has kind of done so by pulling Carly into their world and things like that. And even Benedict mating with Bella has really pulled attention into the vampire realm. And it's drawn some attention, which has been what has caused them to go ahead and get a little bit suspicious. So it led to, obviously, them being like, why are these people not aging? Why are they still around? So Zacharias was born in 1385. He has deceased in 1388. And we are just going to go ahead and we will put this in Danica's inventory. And let's go ahead and have her travel. And she can take him to the cemetery. As you can see, Danica is expecting again. So she did end up getting pregnant, and so she is having another little one, which is super exciting. All right, so we have arrived here at the cemetery. We are just going to have her go ahead and place down Zacharias in his final resting place, and we are going to go ahead and we'll send Danica on home so that she can go back to her place and mourn. Hopefully she doesn't burn to death out here. As we know, she is a vampire and she's in the sun, so we don't want her catching fire, which it would seem she kind of is. But we'll get her back home safely and she should be okay, I would think. She is really, really sad from losing her child, and that is really unfortunate for her. But she is definitely very pregnant. She is actually in her 3rd trimester and should be going into labor at any time. So we should be seeing a baby really soon, which is going to be nice. Why don't you go ahead and get yourself inside before you catch fire? Go ahead and go inside. All right, so we are just going to go ahead and we are going to continue on. We have completed the deaths for the day and the vampire hunt. We've done the birthdays and we've had a birth already. It does seem we are probably going to have some more births, but I am going to go ahead and head us over to our main household so that we can check in on them, because as we know, they've had some significant changes, and so we are going to play as them and see how they're getting along in their new house and with their new role in the world. And obviously we need to go ahead and see if we can get them to try for a baby. Okay, we have arrived here in the Arendelle home, and as you can see, Xavier is feeling pretty sad because he's had a loss in the family. So I'm not quite sure if we're going to be able to have them try for a little one. I am going to get him out here. We're going to have him do some gardening. I'm going to have him do some watering of the plants. I do want Elmira to obviously check on the little ones and make sure everyone's good. I do want them trying for a little one, mainly because, as we know, Alexandru is scheduled to pass away next year, and he is the heir. And so we do need to try for another little one, just because, I mean, it's just the way it's gonna need to go. We do have some blue wool, so I'm gonna have her spin some blue thread. And what else do we have? We also have white wool, so she can spin some white thread. All right, that's good news. What else do we have here? Let's do some more blue thread. Can we do some yarn? No. Okay. And we are going to, it looks like she has a chicken and a pheasant in her inventory and some venison. So we do have some things here that we can use to cook with. I'm going to see if there's anything here that she can make. Okay, so she can make some raised meat pie. I'm going to have her come on down and make those raised meat pies. And at least we'll have some food that we can have to cook, which will be good. Okay, Xavier's feeling a little bit happier now, so maybe we'll be able to get them to obviously woohoo here in a little while and try for a baby. But I am going to just have him come down and take care of some of these animals, because obviously we need to milk the cow, and we will, you know, take care of the llama as well. Make sure we get some wool and things like that. So let's clean the cow and feed the cow, and we will milk the cow, and then we will deal with our llama. So we also have our goats and our sheep. We can take care of them, and we absolutely love that. We do have some, you know, sources of, let's see. Can she not? No, I guess not. I was going to see if Florence was old enough to milk the goats and stuff, but it doesn't look like she is. So I'm going to have Mom come out after she's done cooking, and she can feed all of these little guys. Okay, can you not stop? Like, can you stop bouncing around? All right, why don't you go ahead and clean the llama and feed the llama, and you can shear the llama. But anyway, like I was saying, we're going to be able to have our, like the goat will provide us milk, and the sheep is going to provide us some more wool. So that's going to be fantastic for us, and it'll give us some things for her to use for her skills as far as creating yarn and thread, and being able to do stuff on the loom and things like that. So that's really going to help us out. I am going to have her go ahead and collect the eggs from the coop, and then we will go ahead and we will have everyone come in and grab a bite to eat that needs to grab a bite to eat. All right, so we have some milk here. We'll just put that in the fridge, and we have some eggs. It looks like he has a wild boar we can give her, and he has a duck we can give her. So that's perfect. He also has the beige wool that we're going to give her. Oh, and a hare. Alright, so we love that. Alright, and how are you doing on your hunger? You also could stand to eat something, so why don't you come on in here and get yourself something to eat. Alright, you go ahead and grab a serving, and why don't you go ahead and grab a serving. And it looks like Amy and Can are, well, Can's okay. Amy, though, is going to need to be fed. Alright, so we got 2 eggs from the coop. It's not as many as I would have hoped for, but, you know, it's okay for now. Alright, why don't you go ahead and clean up when you're done eating, and you can go ahead and clean this up. So as we know, they are illiterate. They can't read. I do have them a bookshelf here. If we get them to where they are literate, they will be able to use the bookshelf to read things. Can you please throw some things away? And we are going to get him to approach his wife, and we're going to try for a baby. Okay, so it looks like the bed that I put in for them isn't going to work. So let me fix their bed, because this bed is not sufficient. I was worried about that. Some of the beds work and some of the beds don't work in the game, and that one that I picked is not one that works. So let's find them a bed that they can use. Alright, let's do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and try for a baby. Oh, why did he jump in her arms like that? Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Why is this not working? I told you guys to go upstairs and try for a baby. Alright, let's check on your needs. You need to go to bed, so let's go get you into bed. And you also need to go to bed, sir, so let's go get you into bed. Is there a reason why he can't get in this bed? Okay, come to bed. And you go to bed. And let's get you to go to bed, please. She's like, I want to make a mess. I wish you wouldn't. Alright, so let's go ahead and get her to come down here and take a pregnancy test. And let's see if she is expecting. Are you going to go to bed, little boy? She is not pregnant. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, we'll try again tomorrow. Is there a reason why he doesn't want to go to bed? Alright, why don't we go ahead and feed Amy? I think she was hungry, so we're going to get her to come up here and do a little bit of feeding for Amy, and then we'll get her to get a little bit of rest. I'm not sure why Alexandru is sleeping down here instead of going to his bed. I'm going to have Dad go ahead and put him to bed. Put to bed. Maybe he can't climb the stairs. I don't really know. She did not feed that baby. Get up and feed the baby. And where's Can? Alright, Can's over here, but she's really hungry. Alright, you're supposed to be feeding Amy, and I don't think you're doing that. And now Renata has gone into labor. Okay, could you feed Amy because she's starving? And then we'll go see Renata. Stop worrying about that bloody toilet and come over here and feed your baby. Alright, Renata, we're coming. Alright, let's go see Renata. Okay, so we have made it into the other Arendelle home. And this is Renata. As you can see, she is very pregnant. And it is time for her to go ahead and give birth to her little one. So we are going to go ahead and let her have her baby. I do believe this is the last baby that they're going to have. I'm not positive about that. Oh no, it's not. I lied. They have lots of babies to still have. So Renata is going to go ahead and give birth to a little one here, and we are going to see what it is she's having. She's like, not again. Here we go again. And they have had a girl. So we are going to open up the wheel for girl names and see what it is we're going to name this little girl. And we're going to go ahead and give that a spin. And we're going to name this little one
Edith.
Edith. So this is Edith Arendelle. Oh, and we have had a boy. So let's go ahead and go to the male names and give that a spin.
Ullman.
And we're going to name him Ullman. Edith and Ullman Arendelle. So we have had twins. So let's go ahead and pull up our dice. We are going to roll for mom and babies. Mom has to roll twice. She can't roll a 1. So the first roll, she gets a 3 and survives. The second roll, she gets a 4 and survives. So mom has survived both of the childbirths. And for Edith, she needs an odd 8, 10, or 20. And she does not survive. And Ullman is good. Okay, perfect. So we are going to update our timeline, and we are on Wednesday at 4 a.m., which does make this April of 1388. So we have Edith Arendelle has died, and then we have Ullman Arendelle has lived. Renata. We will put here that Edith Arundel is the daughter of Maximus and Renata, 5th generation female in April of 1388. She is deceased in April of 1388. She is of British German descent. Oh, and she is stillborn. And she is a twin. And then we have Ullman Arundel, the son of Maximus and Renata, of the 5th generation male in April of 1388. He is alive. He is of British German descent. He is not stillborn, and he is a twin. And we are going to go ahead and we're going to be taking, obviously, Edith away, and Ullman is going to be getting aged up. So let's go ahead and take Edith from Mom. Ullman, we will go ahead and we will give a feed, and we will age up. Come over here and take care of this little one. Everyone's really sad about the loss of Edith, but I do think that they are pleased that Ullman survived. We are going to see Ullman age up into an infant now, and we are going to find out his traits and give him his makeover and his photo for the family tree. We are going to find out what his sign is as well. He is a Leo. And let's go ahead and jump in to Cass with him, and we will give him his makeover. It looks like he is a redhead like his daddy. So let's go ahead and go and see what he's going to look like. All right, so Ullman is a calm infant, and let's go ahead and do his makeover and get his photo for the family tree. Okay, there is little Ullman Arundel. He's super cute. And let's go ahead and jump back into the game with our main household and continue on. Okay, so we have arrived back in the home of our main household. We are just going to make sure everyone's doing well. It does look like Florence needs to go to the washroom here. And we need to get everyone back into bed. It is still quite early, so we do need to get everyone sleeping here. I am going to have to get Elmira to do a bit of laundry, and I didn't give them any laundry baskets, so the clothes are just piling up everywhere. So I may give them some laundry baskets at some point so that they can start getting some laundry collecting in the baskets, as opposed to can you go down here and eat? Can you climb the stairs, Can? No. I'm just gonna teleport you down because honestly you need to eat something. Come over here and grab a serving. And what was I saying? Oh, the laundry. The laundry's just a mess. So they're all gonna get a little bit of rest. It is the next day. We are in April of 1388. So we are in our second portion of part A here. We do have a birthday for Amabel-like in this portion. But I do want to, once they get up from their rest, go ahead and try again for another little one. I obviously want them to continue on trying to work at their garden and things like that, and continuing on with their animals. We obviously need to take care of some of these animals and, you know, making sure everybody's good to go. So I'm just going to have him come down and kind of take care of everybody here. So he can come down and start taking care of some of the animals here. And Elmira is going to obviously need to come down and start getting some cooking done. Maybe she can make some, oh yeah, we can do some boiled eggs. Obviously the boiled eggs don't go off, right? So we'll get her making some boiled eggs because they last for quite some time. And so we love that. I told you to do boiled eggs, like honestly. Or do some turnip soup even. All right, I'm gonna get her down here. She's gonna do some cooking and get some food going in the house. And that way we'll have food available for everybody. He is just taking care of some of these animals. It doesn't look like we have anybody available or ready to start doing. Okay, you can shear that one. So that's fantastic. Let's go ahead and do that. Maybe I'll put them a laundry basket here in the bathroom for the clothes to gather. I don't know. All right, so she's making a little bit of turnip soup, then she's going to do some boiled eggs, and then we are going to go ahead and have them try again for a little one and hope that they are able to go ahead and get expecting. We are obviously going to be seeing Danica Del Madonna have her little one at some point, so we do know that that little one is going to be coming in this portion of the episode as well. And we are maybe going to just see if we can go ahead and spin. Yep, there's Danica now. Like, I just knew it was coming. Can we go ahead and get you to come over here and try for a baby with her? I just want us to try for a baby together. Danica's like, but I'm in labor. Like, I get that, Danica, I do. But, like, you can hold on. Just a minute. All right, so Xavier's going to come over and he's just going to approach her and ask her if they can go and try for another little one. Obviously, they are needing to do that because, as we know, his heir is about to pass away. They don't know that. We know that. And so he is going to need to try for another heir for this family because they have all girls other than Alexandru. And so we do need this family to have another little boy, and that way they're going to be able to pass on their legacy to someone. So please go on upstairs, try again for another little one, and hopefully we can... She's like, let me give this baby a bath. Xavier's like, really? You're putting me off for a baby right now? Okay. We've been trying for a baby. Do you think we should do it? Oh, sure. Go ahead. Honestly, I'm trying for a baby myself, but, you know, my wife is being difficult.
Oh?
Delish.
Refsi. Drip.
So she's approached him now, so we'll see if maybe that makes a difference. It probably won't. Danica, I know you want us to come and let you have that baby. We are on our way.
Gasha Krinmajown.
No, it doesn't seem like it. We're gonna go see Danica. We'll come back. Okay, we have arrived here in the Del Madonna home. We are just going to let Danica go ahead and have her little one. She is probably really unhappy with us for waiting as long as we did. But we're going to go and we're going to have this baby with her. We're going to find out what it is she's having. I think this is probably the last baby that she's going to have. And so we are hoping that she has a little boy. And it's a girl. All right, so we are going to open up the wheel for girl names, and we're going to give that a spin. and see what we're going to name this little one.
Miroslava.
We are going to name this baby Miroslava. Miroslava del Madonna. And it is a single birth. And let's go ahead and roll the dice for mom and baby. As we know, mom can't roll a 1. Mom rolls a 15 and survives. Baby needs an odd 8, 10, or 20. Baby rolls and gets a 1 and survives. So let's go ahead and update our timeline with this information. It is currently 10:28 in the game, which does make it May. And let's add her to the Miroslava del Madonna is the daughter of Henry and Danica. She's the 5th generation female in May of 1388. She is alive. She is of British descent, and she is a single birth. All right, perfect. And let's go ahead and age up this little one.
Viva Zaffle, a berry. Oh, Pulingo.
Obviously, Danica's really sad from losing her son, but she's also happy she just had a healthy little girl, and so we love that for her. She is going to go ahead and take care of little Miroslava here, and then we will get her aged up, and we are going to find out what her sign is, and then we will do her makeover and get her photo for the family tree, which is going to be fantastic. Miroslava is also a Leo, so we are going to go ahead and hop into cast with her, and we are going to see what she looks like and get her photo. Okay, so Miroslava is a vampire. She is a sunny infant. Let's go ahead and get her makeover and her photo for the family tree. And there is Miroslava del Madonna as an infant. Let's go ahead and jump back into the game, and we are going to go see Amabel Like, because she needs to age up to a teenager. Okay, so we have arrived here with Amabel Like in the Like residence, and she is trying to age up into a teen. For that, she can't roll an 18 or she will die. So let's go ahead and pull up our dice and give that a roll and see how she fares. She rolls a 7 and is going to get another 28 days on the calendar. We also need to roll a d12 to see if she's going to marry, and she is not going to marry. So we are not going to be seeing any marriage from Amabel. She is going to be joining the nunnery. So we are going to go ahead and age up Amabel and hop into cast with her and go ahead and put her in her nun clothes, and we will be putting her in the monastery so that she can get an education with the nuns. So let's go ahead and age her up to a teenager now. Why did she not age up? No, no, I told you to age up. Okay, let's just do it in casts. Alright, so let's go ahead and age her up to 18. And let's randomize her traits and see what she gets. So she got true-hearted, oblivious, materialistic, and linguist. For this, I'm going to make her want to have knowledge. We're going to have her want to be, let's do academic. That's fine. And let's go ahead and give her her makeover and then get her photo for the family tree. Alright, there is Amabel like, and we are going to go ahead and jump back into the game. We are back with our main household. Once again, Florence is in the kitchen. I don't know what she's doing, but she is seriously enjoying herself, it would seem. We are going to have Xavier try again for a baby. It looks like Trader Jacques has come to introduce himself to us, which is fantastic, but you know, we are trying to get ourselves with child, so we are a little busy right now, so we can't really answer the door. Maybe we can have her come and she can talk about the rain to Trader Jacques, and she can kind of get to know him a little bit. Oh dear. Another, another household full of dirty peasants. Get used to my face because you'll be seeing me every Friday for the rest of your lives. Now turn out those pockets. You've got taxes to pay. I wonder if, how do I pay the taxes? Let's see.
Burba, Vero, Bebo, Daruna, Daisy, Jesuit, Weebs Balco, Denzo, Bim, Glaffy, Maya Whoosh, Elna, Bakus, Daniba Zush.
Rasha Parbaleu.
Okay, let's see if I can get Xavier to pay the taxes. It doesn't give me the option to pay the taxes for some reason. Why?
Ah, Shusha. Ah. Nibahana. Ah, Alupaz, Brisham.
Zaffle. Benu. Persona Diola? Oh, Shubirao. Jerba? Warble.
Nilshaba. Omarimple.
Moochie, Peachy, Yanabi, Flemon, Shusha.
Saquinario Tananiwa, huh? Your pick.
Oh.
Nabatane Waxta. Babylonaba?
Pifatal, Bavangi, Pimba, Yanafab, Retinu. Neebs.
Oh,
All right, so I'm just gonna get Xavier to do some laundry. It would seem that he can't pay the taxes. I don't know what the deal is with that, but I'm gonna have Elmira go ahead and take a pregnancy test. We're gonna see if they were successful in their woohoo and if she is with child. And it looks like she is eating for 2, which is fantastic news. We absolutely love that for this family. Hopefully she is going to have herself a little boy. We definitely want her to be able to go ahead and have a little one. Why don't you go ahead and make some yarn and some thread here. She's gonna go upstairs and let Xavier know she's having a little one. He's like, "Are you kidding?" And she's like, "No, I'm not kidding. We're having a baby." And he's like, "Oh my God, that's great news." She's like, "Yeah, I know." Xavier, honestly, I told you to do laundry. Are you not doing laundry? He's like, "No. No, I'm not." Why don't you get in here and make some food, Xavier?
Prince Shub. Philibak. Next. Cheller. Oh!
Okay, we're gonna have to give some of these kids baths, I think. It looks like Alexandru is hungry and he's also gross, like he needs a bath. Can is hungry and needs to go to the bathroom and needs a bath. Can you actually use the bathroom on your own? Yes, you can. Why don't you come down here and go potty? All right. And then you can get something to eat once Dad's done making the pottage. And once you're done making the yarn and stuff, you can come up here and take care of Amy because Amy needs to be fed. Oh my God, the clothes are everywhere. Like, it's ridiculous. So come wake up Amy and then you can feed her and then you can do all of the laundry. We are currently in June of 1388. We are on the last leg of this portion of the episode in part A. She's just going to go ahead and give her a little bit of a feed. Alright, you call everyone to a meal. Okay, this trash can clearly doesn't work. It's driving me insane that it doesn't work and they can't throw away any trash. I just can't deal with that. Alright, you're gonna do some laundry now, Elmira, because it is ridiculously gross. And the house is a bloody wreck. So she's gonna do some laundry and... No, she's not gonna do some laundry? No, she's gonna deal with the baby? Okay, great. Do the laundry. All right, let's go ahead and give a quick bath to Alexandru. And start doing some baths on these babies because they are disgusting. And then hopefully I can get Elmira to go out and actually do a little bit of... Like, he came over to steal, like, our... Well, not steal, but take our taxes, and then he ate our food. Like, you need to leave.
Bumkara Musti.
Ooh, yamal.
Oh, Narga. Grobe. Panface a torp. Yibsy.
Why can't they use the trash can?
Yeah.
It's really annoying. Like, only I can use the trash can?
Nuya.
Why?
Suna.
Ooh.
Oh.
Alright, are you actually going to do the laundry now, Elmira? She's like, I'm going to think about it, but probably not. Okay, seriously. Why? What do you mean there's no available wash tub? What do you think this is? Okay. There, that'll do. You need to get yourself ready for bed, Elmira. It is getting really late. Go ahead and put Amy to sleep and then get yourself into bed. Florence, I don't know what your deal is, but that's fine. Can, you need to go to bed too, honey. Can's like, yeah, well, I'm exhausted, but I'm also disgusting. I mean, we're having a little bit of a rocky start, but that's fine. So they're just going to get themselves a little bit of sleep here. Florence, honey, why don't you come on up here and go yourself to sleep? And everyone's going to just get themselves a little bit of shut-eye. It is the end of the session here, the end of the episode. And we are well into our way. We are heading into part B. And I am going to leave this episode off here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in our next episode of our Ultimate Decades Challenge, where we are going to be seeing lots more birthdays and probably more births coming down the way. And until then, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.